Hello, beautiful people. I trust you're all doing well. So, welcome back to another episode of our 100 Days Vlog Challenge. In case you're new here, my name is Faye, and in today's episode, I'd love for you to join me on this epic journey as I tackle the heights of Mount Kenya in just 4 days. Yes, you heard me right. In 4 days, I'll be summiting Mount Kenya, and I'm more than excited at this point. So on arrival, we had not taken our lunch. So we were welcomed with this Kenyan cuisine, some stew, rice, fruits, and a cup of tea or coffee. Then we took some group pictures because how will you know? How will you know that we were at Mount Kenya and used the ceremony gate? So later we were introduced to our porters, our guides, and basically the guys that were going to help us make this hike a success. Then we had to bid one of us goodbye because she wasn't going to hike with us on this day. So at this point, honestly, we were so excited and eager to see what the mountain had for us. So then we had to trek to Old Moses, that is the first campsite. And yeah, at this point, we were just excited and ready. And along the way, we captured some great views. And of course, I had to show you just beautiful, and like nature is just beautiful, honestly. So and in the mountain, as you go, the vegetation keeps changing, so it's good to take in everything. So finally we arrived at the campsite, and something to note, it might seem like the hike from Ceremony Gate to this Old Moses campsite is a short one or an easy one. It took us about 4 hours to get to this campsite, and in terms of difficulty, it wasn't easy, at least not for me. I find it difficult hiking on tarmacked paths, and the trail all the way to this point was tarmacked, so my feet were hurting. My feet were tired. So here is where we were going to spend the night. So it looked quite peaceful, and it actually was peaceful. So we later decided to go catch some sunset, and the view from this point, oh my goodness, it was really beautiful. I feel like the camera didn't capture that beauty as it was. We also took some pictures, and these buildings you see here, in case you don't want to camp in a tent, you can choose to sleep on these cabins, and yeah, just spend the night, peaceful night. So later we went back to the campsite and had our dinner, which was really good, but your girl forgot to film. So yeah, then we chilled by the bonfire and slept. This is the next day, so day 2 of hiking Mount Kenya. So this is breakfast. Second day, hiking 14 kilometers to Shiptons. Yeah, let's see how it goes. And here comes the winners team. So as you can see from everyone's face, we were well rested, well fed, excited, and ready to conquer the day. So the hike for today is supposed to take us about 8 hours to cover 14 kilometers. And this here is one of the porters. So we leave them behind, but they like carry everything and catch up with us and even pass us. As you can see, his bag compared to ours, it's really big. So let me tell you, we thank God for the porters, because I believe this hike wouldn't have been what it was without these porters. They really came in handy for us, and when I say that, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I've tried Mount Kenya before, like hiking Mount Kenya before. Didn't get to the summit, but hey, the number of times I cried on the trails. only I and God knows. Like it wasn't easy, it was difficult, and then you have to carry all this load. Oh my, thank God for the porters. So we finally came to this river. This river is called Licky North River. Took some pictures, some videos, and also rested here before we could continue with our hike, because oh, why am I falling? The mission is to get to Shipton's camp. So yeah, and something to note, from the river, you can drink straight from it. Like the water is cleaner. You are allowed to drink straight from it, straight from the source. Then we proceeded and came to this point where the views were just giving. The views were really breathtaking. So I'll let you take that in, take it all in. So far the hike is smooth. If I compare it to Abadea's, I will say this is 6, Abadea's 8. Abadea seemed to be difficult for me compared to this Mount Kenya. So I'm generally having a good time. Finally, we are at the Shipton's camp. So at this point, we are at 4,200 meters above sea level, and the yellow tents behind this board, those are our tents being pitched. And again, thank God for the porters. Like, we are getting our tents ready and just sleeping. Ish. So this is the dining area. And while at this campsite, you are also given the option of using the tent or using the hostel. It's very cold here, so you are advised to sleep in the hostels, especially if you're not well geared. So as we were geared up well, so yeah, the hostels are unisex. So after getting ready for the night, we had our supper, or basically our dinner, and yeah, went to bed early because the next day was going to be a difficult one. So guys, it's 2:54 in the morning. We are doing the summit push. It's supposed to take 2 kilometers. So let's see how it goes. This morning I was overly excited. It's the summit morning. I've been waiting for this for weeks. I've been prepping for this. It's finally here. You couldn't tell me nothing. And the previous day we had hiked 14 kilometers. So this summit push was supposed to be 3 kilometers. So that's close to nothing, right? 3 kilometers only. Underline the word only. Yeah? Hey. And generally, I'm not a morning person, but this morning, I was a different person. And then the mountains. Hey, the mountain humbled me. Let me tell you, I was humbled. 3 kilometers felt like 20 plus kilometers. The number of times I gave up, countless. I just wanted to go back. I wanted to go back, but then I kept, like, what kept me going was remembering how much time, effort I put into prepping for this. So I just kept going. At this point, I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't feel my hands. I was just moving like a robot. But honestly, this summit push, especially for me, the summit push was difficult. Like, difficult. Remember the previous day I was talking of the Mount Kenya hike being a 6 and Amadeus being a 8. Hey, shock on me. So anyway, later, after some hours, caught the sunrise, and this was one of the best moments for me. So just being up here and watching the sunrise, it felt like I'm above the clouds. This is the first team that got to the summit. At this point, this is the audio that was playing in my head.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do.
And this is me showing up about 30-45 minutes later. I was so tired. At this point, I still couldn't feel my feet, my hands, and the wind was blowing on my face. Like, it was too much. I was tired. This mountain showed me dust. The summit pusher showed me dust. So finally got to the summit. There's that excitement that one gets when you get to the summit. I'm falling. I didn't quite get that instantly. It took me a few minutes. So finally got some pictures, videos, and we also did a group photo and a short video. At this point, you can see everyone is happy. So at least we are getting back to life. So yeah, spent a few minutes up there, then left for Mintos. So we were heading to Mintos for breakfast. So the hike to Mintos was also a long one. It was quite a stretch. So it was rocky and it's going downhill. So for me, I find it easier going downhill compared to going uphill. But I was tired, so it wasn't as fun. It wasn't as fun. And remember, we had woken up at around 1, so my body was done. But yeah, we had to push. So I feel like the mountain teaches you to push beyond your limits. So yeah, this is us at Mintos. I was too tired. I was sleeping. I was too tired. So we had breakfast here and then left for Lake Ellis, where we were going to spend the night. This is us 18 kilometers later, arriving finally at Lake Ellis campsite. So it was quite a stretch, and remember, we've been up since 1 in the morning, so we are tired. And around this lake, we met other campers that had come camping, and some were hiking, some were just camping alone. So the good thing about Lake Ellis campsite, it's accessible by road. So that means you can just drive all the way to Lake Ellis and camp, then leave. But if you're a hiker, then you'd want to as well hike. You've come all the way, so why not hike Mount Kenya? So yeah, we met other people. Our tents were already pitched. The importance of porters, ish. So those are our tents, and the view was just beautiful. You can see. So I didn't get to walk around the lake. I'd love to do that. So I think that's a reason to come back. I was so tired. I was so tired that I didn't get to walk around, and again it got late. The next morning it had rained, so yeah, a reason to come back for sure.
Finally here at our final camping place, or rather campsite. So we've here today has been the most challenging hike. So we woke up at 1 something and started hiking at 2:54. So did 3 kilometers to the summit, then 4 kilometers to the place we were going to take breakfast, that is Minto. Then after breakfast came to this place. So this is Ellis campsite, because the lake adjacent to it is called Lake Ellis. This was 8 kilometers, so you can imagine all that hike. Yeah, it's been challenging, and I would say this has been the most difficult day for me. I got some altitude sickness while getting up the summit. Yeah, but now I'm good, and I actually feel happy, and I feel like I've achieved something, because I've been wanting to hike Mount Kenya. This is not the first time I've been here. I've tried hiking Mount Kenya before as a student, but we didn't get to the summit. So after that hike as a student, I said I'll never hike Mount Kenya again because it was so difficult. But years later, I decided, okay, why not do it? And I challenged myself to it this year, and I managed. So I feel like I've conquered the world. So yeah, that's my story with Mount Kenya, and I feel so grateful. Yeah, so let me know what you think so far. So we are going to camp here for the night, then have our party, our celebration for summiting, and then tomorrow we hike like 9 kilometers to the Chogoria gate. Then from the gate we travel back to Nairobi. So tomorrow is not going to be a difficult day. Today was, yeah. And I feel good, I feel grateful. So of course I'll carry you along within this journey. So see you maybe in the evening when we are taking dinner. Yeah,
it's later in the evening, so we are just catching up as we enjoy our dinner. So later in the night we celebrated our summit with some drinks, and just sitting by the bonfire having a good time. It was a chilled evening, but then the unfortunate happened. It started raining, and it ruined our night. The rain was too much, and the tents were affected. The next morning, it was a bright morning, so we took our breakfast, got ready, and left for Chogoria Gate, where we were going to catch our transport to Nairobi. The trek from Lake Ellis to Chogoria Gate was quite smooth. I think the excitement was also playing a role in that. So at the gate, we got awarded our certificates and left for Nairobi. On our way, it seemed like the mountains didn't want to let us go. So the gentleman had to help. And this here is the story of how this incredible team and I conquered Mount Kenya in just 4 days. Right now I'm feeling grateful for the memorable experience and the incredible team that made this dream a reality. So here is to pushing our limits and reaching new heights in life. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.